Hey, Eliud, have you noticed that people around us are consuming lots of social media?
That's crazy, don't you think? It seems that only you and me are present, as if there were no people around us and we had a false background, as if we were trapped in a video.
I've done a little research about the social media and it has its pros and cons.
How curious. I haven't done much research, but I can recognize some benefits and disadvantages just by looking around. For example, people wonder if social media unite or distance people. In this case, I think they dissociate them because despite entertaining and communicating from afar with several people, at the end, all this control and interaction is being done alone and by their own, without anyone noticing outside the internet how the person feels. And for some reason, people who tend to use social networks a lot tend to use them as a distraction because they feel alone and emotionally bad.
Some of the positive effects that I've seen about social media, it is that they have lots of sources of information where you can obtain knowledge. They have the opportunity to be in contact with distant relatives or important people that they sometimes met in the same place. And also the social media have been a space where one can promote oneself and in some cases have income or a proximity to achieving personal goals that are difficult to achieve without the use of the internet.
Even if you have a point, it also has its problems. The main one is that just using these applications and finding praise only generates a dose of dopamine, which causes a slight addiction that means that people depend on social media to just feel good with themselves. On the other hand, there is this situation that he may be exposed to dangerous people whose real information is unknown.
That reminds me of this situation of users, and it's well known that most people never show themselves as they really are. They generally only highlight what they consider valuable or attractive, or they tend to make up lies just for attention. These habits are due to security reasons, since even though we have the opportunity to configure our privacy, everything that is uploaded to the internet stays on it and sometimes becomes public without knowing which people we are attracting.
Talking about fake people, most of the content that is published is usually false, causing people to be misinformed and don't know what they're doing or saying. In fact, the well-known TikTok app usually misinforms people a lot and confuses everyone, making one not encouraged to investigate real information page or books. This can somewhat condemn the intelligence of the new generations.
For me, I consider that social networks are an interesting tool for everyone, but we have to make sure we know where we get some information from or know who we are talking to on the internet for emotional well-being. And it's also important to establish times of use and prevent social media to consume a large part of our lives.
In my case, I think that the best thing is not to depend on the social networks and give them constant breaks. Since if we don't know what we're controlling and what the limits give to this technology that constantly comes easily into our hands, it can generate disorder in our lives. So it's important to put regulations and know what's really important to us.